Hey everybody,
Hello.
Dr. Ray Bunch here with Brian Tahgavi. So I'm back with a special interview today. Brian is a tutor. He's a specialized tutor. He's been tutoring for the past 10 years and has been hired by, Orange County school districts all over Orange County.
Right.
And it had to do with this No Child Left Behind Act. So can you say a little bit about that?
Yeah, it was around the year 2000. I think there was an act that was passed by the state of California. There were children who were actually getting behind simply because they were not able to, understand and apply the material that they were being taught.
Yeah.
So what the state did, they passed this act, and the act was that they basically use different providers, which is tutoring providers, to help these children to get them caught up with the ones who are already passing on to the next grade. And that's when I came in, and I was basically, we will attend the fairs, different fairs, and we will get an opportunity to meet with the parents, and the parents will actually select us as a provider for the different subjects of study for their children.
All right. Awesome. Cool. Well, so that's good. So you got some good bona fides there in being selected by the, working for the school district. Well, let me tell you, I forgot to say this. There is a reason why I am interviewing a tutor, because I've put up many videos in the past on Facebook and on my website, but they've had to be related to health. And I know Brian, and I know that he does this. And the reason I asked him to interview him is because being able to study and being able to understand things is critical to your health, because we all are responsible for taking care of ourselves, and we have to understand, the different aspects of that. It could be exercising or nutrition. Or, I mean, there's many different things. Even explaining, what chiropractic is about. You want people to understand that. And if people are good at study and they're bright, well,
they will understand.
They're going to be healthier because they're going to be able to understand it and apply it.
Exactly.
So anyway, welcome and thanks for being here. I've got a few questions for you.
Sure.
Okay. My first question is, what makes you different than other tutors that are out there?
Well, there are lots of tutoring services, companies that actually provide those services, and their intention really mainly is to help the children to actually get good grades, do well, in their school. But my emphasis is not only doing that, but also learn the basics of learning. This skills that one needs to have in order to understand any subject, no matter what it is. And that's what I teach them first. I teach them those basics to a point that they actually become a self-learner. So in fact, in most of the cases, I actually get myself out of the job. Really, ultimately, I teach them to become a self-learner. And when they become a self-learner, they will not need me anymore.
Oh,
so I basically get myself out of a job. I think to me, that's the good end phenomenon for me.
Yeah.
When that happens, that means I've done a great job.
Yeah, no kidding. Huh?
Right.
So then you have a student that can learn,
right,
and then they don't need a tutor anymore because they can learn.
Right.
That's awesome.
That's the difference between me and the regular.
Yeah, I see.
Service.
Where a regular tutor service, they might get their grades up.
Right.
But it's not where they're going to still need a tutor, and when they get to the next class and they're having trouble again.
Exactly.
I see. Okay. Well, what makes you different than your system different than a student going to a school and a class and the teacher?
Well, you see that in a school system, the way it's set up, there's like one teacher, and the ratio is 1 to 30 almost. So the teachers will never really get an opportunity to give their undivided attention to the students, one-on-one basis. But that opportunity happens with me. I can actually make sure that they understand everything about the subject they're having problem with, to a point that they can actually understand and apply.
Nice.
And that's something that is a luxury that teachers cannot provide for their students. They just can't do it.
They're stuck. I mean, I get it. They have lots of kids to deal with. Okay. So last question. How can a parent, there's parents that watch this stuff, and
Right.
this would be a good for them. So listen up here. How can a parent tell, what's a simple sign that they can see that their child might need what you do?
I see.
And now, obviously, we want it to be way before the parent is looking at a report card and sees a bad grade.
Right.
Right? So
By then it's too late.
Yeah. So what could that be?
Well, it's basically a simple observation. The children start losing their interest in going to school. As a parent, you will feel the resistance every time, every day you want to take them to school. You will get that resistance because learning's supposed to be fun. If the kids are constantly resisting going to school, that means they're not enjoying going there.
Wow. You know what it reminds me of is the when you look at a kindergarten, maybe you remember back to kindergarten or something like that, when the teacher would ask a question, everyone's hand would go up.
Right.
But then you fast forward to like sixth grade or something like that, you ask a question and maybe one or two kids in the front row would be raising their hand.
That's right.
So that's a really good tip. So that means that if you are out there and you're having trouble getting your kid to school and they're really resistant, you might want to call Brian here and just ask him some questions.
Yeah.
And regarding that, you told me you had something that you could give to the parents. So tell me, what was that?
Yeah. Have you ever, while you're studying or read books or any material, has that ever happened to you? Get to the bottom of the page and you wonder what you just read?
Oh, yeah, of course. I've gotten to the bottom of the page and had to go back up and read it again, and maybe even 2 or 3 times sometimes.
I understand. Well, see, they're running into a study barrier. That's something that your children are actually running into it right now as we speak. And that's something that I address with them to a point that nothing can stop them from picking up a piece of information, reading it, understanding it, and applying it.
All right, so let me say, you're saying that if you've read a page and you've gotten to the bottom of a page and you're blank,
right,
that there's a reason for that.
There's an exact reason for it.
And then you're going to tell the parents what that is.
Right. If they just have to give me a call, basically address that with them. The number I can be reached at is 714-566-5785. That's my cell phone. They can directly contact me. And if I'm not available, please leave a message. I will return the call.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, that's cool. Well, if you have some kids that are having resistance, this might be a great thing to do. Just give him a call. I'm sure you wouldn't mind giving you that information and answering questions.
Right.
But I think this could help a lot of kids.
And the adults.
And the adults too. That's right. So this is, from a health point of view, is where I'm coming from, but from a life point of view, learning how to learn is a big deal. And I think Brian here is a great a tutor that could help with that.
Yes.
So thank you for coming on and doing
My
this
pleasure.
interview with me.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Pleasure.
Thank you, everybody, for watching.